Hello everyone, our names are Manendra and Fatan from Universitas Indonesia. Today we will talk about the impact of COVID-19 on the aging population and the importance of COVID-19 vaccines for them. The COVID-19 pandemic is currently still ongoing, with over 123 million detected cases and over 2.7 million deaths worldwide. The COVID-19 virus, or SARS-CoV-2, is an RNA virus which primarily affects the respiratory system by binding to ACE2 receptors in the lung. The S proteins of the virus are the ones binding the ACE2 receptors. Besides pulmonary or lung tissue, ACE2 is also highly expressed in other tissues including the bile duct, liver, gastrointestinal organs, and the kidney. Thus, these organs may also be damaged by SARS-CoV-2. At the onset of the disease, the main symptoms or manifestations of COVID-19 are fever, dry cough, fatigue, difficulty of breathing, and muscle pain. Moreover, severe patients can develop symptoms such as hypoxemia or low oxygen in blood, shock, intravascular coagulation, and even acute respiratory distress syndrome, which can lead to multi-organ failure. COVID-19 infection affects all age groups. However, people over 60 years old, in other words, the aging population or the elderly, are more severely affected by COVID. They have a higher risk of experiencing severe symptoms such as multi-organ failure and also blood coagulation. So, why is that? This is because the aging population tend to have a weakened physiological functioning of vital organs, which yes, their organs are attacked by the COVID-19 virus, including their respiratory system. They also tend to have a weakened immune system, making it harder for them to fight the COVID infection. Moreover, elderly people with other comorbidities such as hypertension, chronic heart diseases, diabetes, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, and also kidney diseases, to name a few, are even more severely affected by COVID, with a higher rate of case mortality. We can see from the data in Indonesia, for example, that the aging population have a higher risk of being severely affected by COVID. In Indonesia, there are around 1.4 million confirmed cases and around 39,000 confirmed deaths. Despite only 10.8% of the positive cases being people aged 60 or more, a very big percentage, or about 47.9% of the total deaths, come from this elderly group. So, what needs to be done for the high-risk aging population? First is continuing the implementation of COVID-19 prevention protocols such as keeping our distance with the elderly, regular disinfection of the elderly surroundings, and also maintaining routine hand hygiene for the elderly. Besides that, COVID-19 vaccines can be very important to elicit a good immune response for the elderly. The different types of currently available vaccines include mRNA vaccines, which inject mRNA encoding the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein directly into the host. Also, modified adenovirus vaccines, which rely on the genetic modification of adenoviruses whose genes are replaced with an S or a spike gene. Also, adjuvanted protein vaccines, which are purified spike protein extracts, usually given in combination with an adjuvant to boost the immune response. And also inactivated virus vaccines, which are inactivated live SARS-CoV-2 viruses. So here are some reports of COVID-19 vaccination on the elderly population. For the AstraZeneca vaccine, for example, phase 2 trials for those aged 70 to 84 showed good antibody response and low reactogenicity events. For the Novavax vaccine, phase 2 trials in those aged 65 to 84 also showed good antibody response and low reactogenicity events, based on the CDC report in Israel. From October through December of 2020, before the vaccination campaign, adults aged 70 and older were nearly 6 times as likely to require mechanical ventilation to treat COVID-19 compared to adults under age 50 years. However, by February, after widespread vaccination in which the Pfizer vaccine was used, the elderly were just under twice as likely to require mechanical ventilation. Until today, vaccines are still currently being studied, but based on the initial trials, vaccination of the elderly can aid in strengthening their antibody response towards COVID-19. However, before vaccinating the aging population, they need to be properly screened to make sure that they are medically safe to receive the vaccines, as elders with various chronic diseases or immunosuppressed conditions are generally considered unsafe to receive vaccination. Otherwise, elders that are generally healthy and determined fit to receive vaccination after thorough screening should be vaccinated to hopefully optimize their immune response towards COVID-19 and reduce the risk of them developing severe symptoms of COVID-19. These are the references that we used for the pictures and the material in this video, and I think that's all from us. Thank you.